It's gone! His first career home run!
20 run at first base with 1 out in the ninth.
Yes, here he comes. They're going to wait him around. Game is over. It's out of here! Out of here! Trying to keep left field and the ball game is over.
Go Tigers.
No bullshit. No bullshit. No bullshit.
Public, let's just end breaking news. No more bullshit. No more bullshit.
No bullshit.
Yes, indeed. Happy April 8th, 2022. Welcome back, baseball fans. Let's go, Detroit Tigers.
Opening day.
2 years of COVID, we finally got an opening day, and shout out to the San Quentin State Penitentiary
Why?
in Alameda County,
I noticed your jersey.
California. Yeah, San Quentin also has 2 baseball teams.
Yeah.
Inside.
Okay.
Every game's a home game in San Quentin. They have a real murderer's row. They have
Literally,
the Giants,
yeah.
and they have the A's.
Okay.
And like in true American fashion, the Giants being the San Francisco team, that's the team the white guys play on. And the Oakland A's, that's the black and the brown guys.
Still segregated. Okay.
And if you wonder what the Native Americans do, they play with the Giants.
Lacrosse?
Racist.
Hey.
What?
This is not appropriate. Let's keep it nice.
Call them a... No, it's what? It's true. Native Americans
People
invented
don't like the
lacrosse.
truth, Charlie.
Yeah,
They're
that's-
sensitive to it.
Well, if you don't like the truth, you're in the wrong fucking place. And before we get to it, listen, here's what we're going to do. Listen to the program to the entire end. If you're listening and you want to see it, we got a special report from comedian Detroit Red, reunited with No Bullshit Hour alumni Chicken Joe DeMarco.
Hey, all right.
Visit on opening day down at the ballpark today. That's going to take us out on the show. It's a beautiful piece. You like it?
I love it. I think it's wonderful.
Yeah, Red's in his wheelhouse.
Good turnaround too.
Nice little buddy thing. Our director of photography, Byron Goggin, he did the open. He got down early today and just got that thing in. Man, we are rolling. You are jealous, media. You are jealous because we have the queen of the political scene, Karen Dumas.
Hey, Charlie.
That's it.
Where's the energy?
It's here. That's it.
Well, we'll get to it, but first, let me just tell you, give me a little appropriate open a day music, would you? Nice. What goes with baseball? I'll tell you what goes with baseball. Hot dogs. What's the best hot dog besides Wade McCree? Yes, that's American Coney Island at the heart of downtown Detroit at Lafayette and Michigan. That's where you're going pregame. That's where you're going postgame. Open all season long. The home. The creator of the American Coney Island dog, proprietary chili, proprietary sausage dog, onions, Vidalia onions, mustard. Never, ever ask for ketchup unless you're under 10 years old. Well, what's up?
It ended. You want me to start over again?
Yeah, fix that post. I was all into it. And listen, if you're homebound, you're out of town,
Yeah.
you're looking to get down, you go to AmericanConeyIsland.com and get the Coney Kit. 12 of these babies delivered right to your door. That's AmericanConeyIsland.com. And of course, as always, ADR. Call Barry at Ellen Tuck over there. You need your business done. You need construction, deconstruction. You need to get the project rolling because it's stuck. It might be the man in your pocket. It might be the foreman on the job. Get it done right, on time, on budget, for almost any business need that has to do with not pushing paper. Nice. That's Barry Ellen Tuck at, where's my glasses?
248-318-9424.
Yeah, you do the numbers.
That's
good.
teamwork.
I don't have my glasses. And of course, our good friend Luke Nowacki. I don't know about you, man. I'm thinking about getting into bread futures. I'm getting into foodstuffs. That stuff's, we'll talk about that. Get ready for food to go up. Oh, this is the inflation in the world in general, and now the war is really gonna, you think prices are high now? Do you know that fertilizer's up 1,000%?
I did know that. I know there's a lot of fertilizer being manufactured over there.
Yeah, well, you need natural gas. Mm-hmm. Who pumps out natural gas?
Ukraine, Russia.
Yeah, who's got sanctions?
Russia.
Okay. The Chinese are the world's biggest producer of phosphates. You need that for corn. You need that for rice. But the Chinese are on the rope, so they're not exporting phosphate.
Uh-oh.
See what I'm saying? All of these things you can't possibly know because you're busy doing right by your people. You're getting up, you're going to work. You're the lunch pail crowd. You're my crowd. You let Luke Nowacki help you with your personal finances, tailored to your needs and your risk desire. Give the number of our friend Luke Nowacki.
248-663-4748.
Luke Nowacki! That's it, man. That guy's a fire plug in his pants.
yeah, oxygen tank.
You know what I mean? Like, hello, Luke Nowacki.
Hey, Charlie, I'm telling you, I tweeted this yesterday. People better move their money. And this guy, laid out some issues he was having. He said, explain your tweet. I said, you just did. He was talking about how difficult it was putting his hands on his money. People have to figure this out. It's not going to be pretty.
Look how wise Karen is to be tweeting financial news. I told you, that's the queen of the scene. And who's the king of the mortgage industry? That's right. That's David Hallmore. Do we have his effort?
Oh, yeah, the video?
Yeah. Did we?
Well, this was not rehearsed or set up.
No, it wasn't, but you can, I'll just tap dance here. Yes, but as soon as we tell you about, David Hall tells you about himself, we put together a public service announcement for you.
Here we go. You ready?
Yes.
Hi, I'm David Hall from Hall Financial. Choosing between a 15 or 30-year mortgage can be difficult, which is why we offer the Modern Mortgage, a flexible term that's customized for you. 866-CALL-HALL or chat with us online at callhallfirst.com.
What's he mean, flexible for you?
You got to call to find out.
That's what I'm saying. I thought I was 15 or 30.
I don't know. I like modern mortgages, though.
I like something flexible to me, like everybody's, like Karen's tweeting. Everybody's tweeting all of a sudden. Yet you don't know.
No.
That's why you call David. What do you got for me? It's an uncertain time. You call David Hall.
We'll do a little checkup on you.
$100. And also, in the midst of the show, we will have an update from the Ukraine from Taras Petro, who's out there in his Hummer with Michigan plates, ferrying people
A swing.
across the war zone. What's that?
He's on a swing.
Swinging.
Yeah.
I didn't see. He dialed in, and I'm like, I don't want to know where he is today. I don't want to know about a towel rack. I don't want to know if he's in a sauna. I don't want to know.
He's already breaking the rules.
Yes. That way I can yell at him fresh. But here's a public service announcement for those of you who know that we're in the midst of a very hot governor's race, and you might not know all the characters. So we took time to create a quick cheat sheet that might be of some entertainment value to you because we all like movies. Do we have an intro for our new segment called the public service announcement?
Yeah. How about this one?
Okay. It's perfect.
I was thinking more of this. This is probably better.
Oh, that's perfect. Wow, Mark. I'm really getting your A game.
Hey, it's something.
All right, look here, y'all. I wish Will Smith would come to Michigan to accept an award because we need somebody to slap some life into this rotten tomato of a governor's race. Considering the price of admission we've had to suffer in Michigan over the past 2 years, we deserve some glamorous people, some serious people. We deserve more than an empty ensemble of gaslighters and snake oil salesmen who make the Wild Wild West look like art house cinema. Listen to our crop of candidates, both Democrat and Republicans. They're not saying anything. They read from boring scripts that have no plot, no fresh ideas, no dramatic arc. We get their tweets, we get their press releases, and we get their TV ads. But what we need is the boring stuff, like a tax plan, an infrastructure strategy, a promise to investigate the COVID debacle. We need people who understand the everyday concerns of we the people. But this crew of B-listers offers no roadmap to anywhere. For her part, Gretchen Whitmer is reciting lines from her latest fantasy film entitled COVID 2020. That wasn't me. She channels Meryl Streep, but comes off like Ethel Merman. Kids belong in school, she now offers with a straight face. People have not forgotten that she shuttered the schools twice in 2020 and recommended school districts do it again in 2021. Right or wrong, she did. But she put it to the school districts in 2021 after she lost the political stomach to do it herself. That's when parents begin turning against parents. Whitmer claims she was protecting families, even as elderly people were dying unnoticed in uninspected nursing homes. And out-of-work working stiffs were scrambling for unemployment checks that never came. Whitmer now claims to be bipartisan, yet it took the Michigan Supreme Court to force her to relinquish dictatorial control over the state. Her accomplishments, she says? Look at all the damn roads she's fixed. Look at all the auto jobs she's created. Seriously, who's writing these lines? But at least Whitmer has a coherent political party standing behind her. She has campaign experience and millions of other people's dollars. The Republicans, they're a sizzle reel with no sizzle. Take businessman Perry Johnson.
Oh boy.
He reminds me of Boris Karloff from the 1932 horror film The Mummy. We got there he is.
Looks great.
In this version, a group of political strategists exhumed the corpse of multimillionaire Perry Johnson, who appears to have been buried alive centuries ago. They bring him back to life by lighting fire to his fortune to pay for saccharine TV advertisements. Suddenly, the form of a half-knowledgeable, half-animated man, moisturized by the smoke of wealth, emerges from his tomb. Thank you. But the mummy, Perry the mummy, knows little of the modern world. What about the public schools, Perry? What about the public roads, Perry? What about the public itself, Perry? Eventually, Perry's handlers, preying upon his vanity, burn through his treasure. The spell is thus broken, and Johnson returns to dust. Then there's Tudor Dixon, who seems to draw her inspiration from Princess Fiona from Shrek. Dixon sits patiently in her isolated tower, running a competent yet uninspiring campaign, waiting for someone to notice she's actually up there. She dreams of an orange ogre who will one day scale the wall that Mexico will pay for and free her from the curse of obscurity. This will be accomplished with the sweet kiss of an endorsement. And last week, Trump did in fact give a shout out to Dixon at his Macomb County rally. He said nice things about her, shook her hand, even took a photo. But he teased her. He never consummated the marriage with the endorsement. Instead, Trump boarded a private jet and flew back to the land of Far-Far-a-Lago. It seems that even Trump, the Willy Wonka of GOP politics, is bored with Michigan. Hollywood James Craig was also at the Trump rally, but the Don didn't mention him. Trump, it is said, believes Craig lacks the physical stature, that means he's short, or mental energy to fly the plane. And Craig's campaign does appear to be on autopilot and quickly losing altitude. The robo-chief cannot speak coherently about infrastructure either, or tax policy, or election fraud, or even his personal position on abortion. So thin are his thoughts on current events that Craig might actually think it is now illegal to teach the word thespian to Florida kindergartners. What Craig does talk about ad nauseum is how he busted heads during the summer of Floyd while he was the chief of the Detroit police. Craig's floundering campaign reminds me of his time as the top cop in the Motor City. A merry-go-round of command staff skippered by a boss disinterested in the details. A man who simply pretends bad things aren't happening. Now, in the role of Best Supporting Actor, there is Garrett Soldano, a.k.a. Dr. Strange. The chiropractor from Kalamazoo seems to be living in an alternate universe where the vaccinated are the ones spreading the coronavirus. This intellectual vacuum where COVID is just a cold. Somebody needs to tell the Silver Surfer, you can't ride the pandemic wave if the tide has pulled back to the ocean. Now, Soldano's biggest competition in the category of runner-up may be Kevin Richie Rich Rinke, the suburban car salesman who was sued for peppering the workplace with a generous sprinkling of the N-bomb. Rinke's catchphrase is devilishly simple. The American dream is under attack. And he's right. I mean, everybody, like everybody, should be able to inherit their daddy's car lot, blow millions of dollars on a vainglorious and vacuous governor's campaign, only to be reduced to handing out plastic cups of beer in the parking lot of a Trump tailgate. Now, political observers anticipate the race for Michigan will be a national blockbuster. But if the opening act is any indication, we're in store for a real stink bomb. Now, spoiler alert. Okay? Mm-hmm. With the way this group of Republican challengers is acting, we're in store for Gretchen, the sequel. And you know how that movie played out. Huh?
Well done.
Hey, Charlie, I like that. We give it, what, 2 thumbs up, Mark?
Yeah, and no bullshits. Two thumbs up and no bullshits.
I give it the finger.
Middle fingers up. That's good.
Because this is a mess.
It's a total mess. I don't know how you get behind any of them.
Karen, what's our wish? Like, I mean, listen, in really simple language, you have to talk to these numbskulls. How do you, what do we want? How do you get them focused and how do you make them human?
You know what, Charlie, the thing about it is that they don't have to be, because they continue to garner support and opportunities being the way that they are. I mean, and so there's nothing to make them, step up to the plate and do what they're supposed to do. The accountability isn't there on any level.
Whitmer is under 50% in job approval, right? And 60% of voters, I believe in one of the latest polls I read, want somebody besides Whitmer. Mm-hmm. But Whitmer, going head to head with any of these people,
should easily be.
Is beating them by, 6, 7, 8 points.
Yep.
Meaning, here we go again, America.
Yeah, and as an incumbent, she, has the opportunity to take it's hers to lose, let me say it that way, especially when you don't have any really strong, candidates. And she has given, in my opinion, her competition so much content that they could use, but it's just like it falls on deaf ear. They aren't running with it.
In a way, it kind of mirrors the presidential election of 2020, because nobody was excited about any of those Democrats. It was just about getting the guy who is the incumbent out of there because they didn't like him.
Yeah, that's about it. And a lot of people didn't know why they didn't. It was just, because now people, look at Joe Biden. That's not quite, it's not quite what we bargained for either.
Yeah, it's a prisoner's dilemma.
San Quentin.
Yeah, it's a San Quentin dilemma.
Which it's very simple. It's very simple what's going on and what happened. 20 years of the collapse of this shit called the American way of life. Great way of life, right? And we move faster than anybody. And nobody in these political parties, all these people with the money, all the hipsters running around tweeting stuff like they know anything, failed to see failed to see places like Detroit and Peoria and, and East LA. Like, we're dying out here. So Trump, I don't know where he gets it, probably from one of his construction sites, hears this from regular people because he's totally, draft dodging Don.
But he wasn't wrong.
My daddy didn't dodge the draft. My daddy went to Nam, man. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So the people go for it. They pick it. Okay, the guy said it. And from the rip, you come up and it's now the fake Steele dossier. From the rip, Trump's a racist, Trump's colluding, and the regular people feel like, okay, you don't want to hear what we're feeling. And then they start.
Or they feel that that's going to happen anyway, and there's going to, the people in charge are going to do whatever they want, so help us out.
And then they see Trump, he personifies them, right? You're attacking him, you're attacking me. And then it gets hard. And now we got culture wars instead of things like, well, let's look at the world for a second. Let's talk about food. Okay, a third of the bread in the world is supplied by Russia and the Ukraine. The Ukrainians aren't even planting wheat. What do you think is going to happen in Africa and the Middle East? What do you think is going to happen to you when the grain supply in the world's down by 35-40%?
Well, they'll starve, but we'll pay more.
Yeah.
Africa will starve.
Okay, now if you're running for...
Poor places will starve. We'll just pay more.
Let me put this to you, Karen. If you're running for governor, what does this mean to you? Okay, let's look at Detroit. It's our biggest city. It's one of the poorest cities in America. A lot of people in the countryside of this great state of ours get food assistance. And I'm willing to help. None of my brothers and sisters are going to starve, especially not your kids. But if the price of bread goes up 30%, how do people eat? What happens to Detroit, Karen? Is anybody noticing?
Well, no, Charlie, and nobody's making that connection like you just did. When we hear conversations about Ukraine and Russia, it feels detached a little bit from the east or west side of Detroit. But the reality is that there is a trickle down impact, and you just talked about that. So if you've got a bridge card or some type of food supplemental assistance, that's not going to go as far when your bread price has tripled or quadrupled. It's just not. And so what does that mean for people that are working or trying to work and trying to feed their kids and trying to take care of their families? It's going to be harder times. That's exactly what it's going to mean.
It's going to be a long, hot year.
Yep.
We need to be hearing about this, and not just I punch heads together. You know what I mean? Or I handed out a check that's gonna disappear. What are we doing? What are you guys doing? Now I'm seeing Perry Johnson commercials. What do they say?
He said he's going to end inflation.
He's going to end inflation.
Fix the economy.
He's going to fix the economy.
There's like 4 very generic things he's going to do, which you see that and it's like, yeah, okay, that sounds wonderful. How?
But people don't ask that though, Mark. Everybody hears like, wow, he's going to fix it. And everybody's so anxious for a solution that they embrace that. They don't think that, whether he'd said it before or not, even career politicians, they can not put a date on their kicker cards because they promise the same thing and never deliver.
It's just bullshit though. Yeah,
I'm sorry. Middle of the road here. Like, this is no time to be issuing tax cuts because the state was in the black this year. Mm-hmm. Bank it. Mm-hmm. Be responsible. Right? You got all this COVID dough from Biden.
Yeah.
Don't be handing out empty checks. Might as well build the bridges and the roads, and we're not going to have the money to do it.
Yeah. Good point.
And when you have to feed hungry people and the government is broke, what do? We print more bullshit money. Yeah. What happens? Inflation goes up more. You see the circle this hole we've dug for ourselves. And come on, you dopes.
But Charlie, this is how it was structured. It's not structured to solve problems. People make money off of people who don't have money. There are people and organizations that make money off of helping those with problems. So the goal is never to solve any of these problems that people say they're trying to fix. That isn't the goal.
And then let's remember the middle class that supplies the money to those without it, and that's the money that the very powerful take. It's you, the middle. You're under duress. I don't hear it. It's great. It's not great. Talk to me. Give me a solution. What auto jobs did you create? You can give me a list, and I will cross them out. Because those jobs on the east side of Detroit never appeared. Those jobs with this magical battery factory where the deal instantaneously changed.
GM,
yeah, with $1 billion of COVID money. It's not even here yet. What jobs?
But you know what, Charlie, you're seeing a very effective PR and communications campaign, because I'm looking at another article talking about effective rebuilding of neighborhoods and increasing values. And they're talking about the land bank. But I'm saying, but you know better, but to look at it and to read it, how it's presented, and people say, oh, wow, my neighborhoods are being rebuilt. All you have to do is drive off the beaten path in this city to see that none of this is true.
That's right, Mike. That's right. Oh, and the feds are back.
Oh, really?
Oh, they're back. And they took a COVID break.
I don't know why they ever leave.
That demo shit didn't go away. Come on, man. Ooh. Now, let's just quickly, before we go to Taurus.
Yeah.
In the Ukraine, just one more thing about all, like, it's culture war now. Okay, now people are like pigeonholing Craig and going, what's that thing called? The parental rights bill in Florida? The
colloquially
don't say gay.
Uh-huh.
What do you think of that? Like, yo. Here, I read that law. You want to know what it says, basically? Watch this. This is what I think of the stinking culture war. Like, nobody's talking transgender stuff in the schools. If you got a kid, you know that.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody in there, like, talking that shit. Here's what it says, quote. Quote, classroom instruction by school personnel or third parties on sexual orientation or gender identity may not occur in kindergarten through grade 3 or in a manner that is not age appropriate or developmentally appropriate for students, end quote. That's what the Florida law says.
Yeah.
Now, I'm driving to school with my daughter, 15, very smart. Mm-hmm. She says, well, then what about a family where the father's a man and the mother's a woman? By that law, you can't talk. You can't teach that. Yeah. The traditional family.
You're not allowed to instruct it. Yeah.
Yeah, like, and so if the books refer to mommy and as a woman, like, this, you can sue on this, right? And
well, that's always been my biggest problem, is that you can sue the school district, you can sue individual teachers or like a third party who comes in and do it. I mean, talk about a major chilling effect.
Right.
Why even attempt to discuss anything? You can instruct it, but why even bother to attempt to discuss it?
But in school, are they having these conversations in kindergarten? Are they talking, or is it the sensitivity of, hey, you're assigning a gender where there shouldn't be one? You're calling, a father a man when actually a father, in my opinion, can be a woman. Are we blending those conversations this early in school these days?
No, and there's no place for it, I don't believe. But
of course not.
Is it really an issue?
That's what I'm saying. Like, who's talking about this?
You want to know what my daughter said? Here's what my daughter said, because take it from the people that are there every day. My daughter goes, Pop, the only people talking about transgender stuff and kids is like the crazy old right-wing guy on YouTube. He's the only dude even talking about it.
It's a culture war bill, and you know what? It works, because there's 51% of people that agree with it.
And so ask yourself, do you love
it's not about fixing things. It's about winning the next election.
Exactly.
Which is bullshit.
We got too much.
It's noise. It's a bunch of noise, too.
But it's a distraction. You think about those things are a distraction from the actual issues and problems that we should be trying to tackle.
So no more mommy and daddy at all.
No, don't even touch it. Don't even talk about it.
What do you call them?
You can't do that, though, either.
Yeah, and look.
Parents.
You could, if that's what you want to uncork in this society, why wouldn't somebody sue who's upset about the attack on gay culture, right? Why wouldn't you sue for teaching the straight traditional family?
Well, because if it's legal,
It doesn't say that in the law, that you may teach straight traditional families and nothing else.
Yeah.
But Charlie, let me say this. When you talk about straight traditional families, I mean, this is my thing. Because, I mean, some kids grew up with a single parent. Some kids grew up with two parents. Some people grew up in a family with their extended family members. And whatever that family structure was considered a family. I mean, I think that we're getting too much off the beaten path and in terms of trying to define what is or what we think should be. I mean, there is no such thing as a traditional family. I don't think there's ever been.
I come from one. Sure. You got 3 dads. Here's my family tree. My family tree is like a cactus.
A cactus?
Yeah. It got 2 branches and a bunch of pricks.
Family, Charlie, find somebody's family whose family is perfect. You got kids that are born out of wedlock. You got family, you got all kinds of stuff. I mean, because you have the human interaction. So, I mean, to try to force fit or retrofit what we were told a family was from the 1950s, I just think it's a little disingenuous.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But it's worked, so that's why it happens.
And we should introduce legislation where children can be married at 10.
Yep.
So how about this? I'm going to leave it at this. Yeah. How about we do the stuff that's really okay? Look, I mean, again, we're fucking with the rail. I have my feelings. There's no place for you to be teaching my kid this kind of shit in first grade. Is it happening? No. Check with the kids. If it is, you go see the principal and you address your concerns. I'm talking about feeding the kids. I'm talking about daddy or mommy feeling comfortable and self-satisfied that food could be on the table tomorrow. I believe in Common Core because Common Core simply means at the end of the year, do we have a common core of knowledge? Does my child know how to read? Does my child know the capital of Michigan? Yep. Does my child know the timetables? This is the shit I'm really concerned about, and you all are too, if you really stop and think.
Love it, yeah.
Children. Now, world events. Taras, is Taras with us? Taras Petrov.
I believe he is, yeah. I don't know where he is. It's going to be a surprise for you.
Because there is another place now.
There's a major war going on in this world that affects Detroit, Lansing, and everywhere else on the planet. Is he there? Because I can't see him.
He is there, yes.
What's he? Oh, there he is. Oh, look, he's.
He looks like out of a baccarat engraved glass.
I was outside. I was outside, but it's dark already, so I moved inside.
Okay, give us the quick report, brother. What's going on?
Well, this morning there was an attack in Kramatorsk, which is on the border of the occupied Ukrainian territory.
It's a very big country. It's a very big country. So where it's in the east, the west, the north, the south?
East. Okay. And 5 children died. 50 people in total died. About 300 injured.
It was a rocket attack. It was a rocket attack. You got to go quicker, bro. Come on.
It was a rocket attack.
On a train station of evacuees, right?
Yes. But the Russians put out the attack happened 5 minutes before it actually happened. So they were trying to say that the Tochka missiles that the Ukrainians have were the missiles that were used. Because when the Ukrainians gave up their weapons in 94, obviously somebody had to still have them. So the Russians are now using their weapons, the weapons that they have against the Ukrainians that the Ukrainians actually used to give up.
Okay, now stop. Bucha, the town of Bucha, the Russians pulled back. The Ukrainian Defense Forces have moved in. What did we see there? Where is Bucha and what do we know?
Bucha is about a half hour away from Kyiv. The bodies that you've seen on the streets have been there for about 2 to 3 weeks.
How many?
It's so bad that
I apologize. Go ahead.
It's so bad that mothers are burying their sons in the backyards. One of the mothers, her son was laying outside the house for 2 days. After nobody picked him up, animals started trying to from him or eat parts of his body. So she wrapped him in put him in a wheelbarrow, took him to the backyard, wrapped him in a carpet, and buried him in their own backyard. Then she put another blanket on top of the grave so that no animals or nature gets to him.
Now you know this. You know this. Look, you know this because you're transporting these people.
Somewhat. Not this mother in particular, but I do have a friend that her father was executed, and she's 18, and she lives in Bucha. Her brother is in America, and now I'm working with the embassy to try to get her to America as well, either under the refugee program or with humanitarian parole.
We have a problem.
So I'm currently working with the embassy now to arrange for that.
And driving and transporting people in a Hummer from Hamtramck with Michigan plates. Which, now, we in the No Bullshit News Hour are an open book. Everybody deserves to know us, know who's giving them information. By the way, everything this man tells me, I know fully 18 hours in advance, right? Mm-hmm. What happened at the train station, the guys hit me at 4 a.m, right? Mm-hmm. What happening in Bucha, the man's sending me photographs. He's showing me children with their names written on their backs in case their parents are gone. His information is legitimate. Now, the question is, Tars, what is your real last name? Is it Petro or Nikoriak?
Yeah.
It's Nikoriak, because now I remember you. You're the guy from Hamtramck that runs for everything, like Wayne County Sheriff, State Senator. In fact, I found this in the archives. Here's an old campaign commercial of yours. It's quite nice. Let's play that. High quality.
With the people of Ukraine, the only protection, my breastplate of righteousness, my cross. I was at the front lines of the Russian-Ukrainian conflict, and I'm ready to stand with the same weapons to protect and defend my constituents in Detroit's 2nd Senate District. I don't have 2 pages of famous endorsements, but what I do have is grace, faith, and the fear of God, and I hope in a better Detroit. Thank you for your support.
Go to Tars for senator there. That was like, I think, 2014. Now, in that, Tars, you're wearing a priest's collar. You are not a priest. What are you doing running around wearing a priest collar? For the family that's listening.
Who said I wasn't ordained?
I don't know. Are you ordained? I'm going to look it up.
I am.
In the
Go ahead.
In the Orthodox Church?
Sure.
Sure.
I mean, I'm ordained, dude. I'm ordained. What is the Universalist Life Church?
Yeah, online.
Yeah. It's legit. Are you ordained at the Universalist Life Church?
No.
Okay. Now, did you in fact?
All the Universal Life Church gives you is a business card.
You don't even get that. All right?
You have to print it yourself.
You don't even get that. But they give you a certificate. Now, did you in fact, bro, plead guilty to a federal crime of stealing bonds from St. Andrew Orthodox Ukrainian Church in Hamtramck?
I did.
And you want to explain it, and then after you explain it, do you want to apologize publicly to the church? If you do that, you're absolved. Tell us.
Well, I've already done that.
Well, do it for us, so, because you're the family. You're the family. Hey, dude, you're on TV now. Get it out of the way. Go ahead. Did you pay the church back?
So the thing is that I had to plead guilty because otherwise, with the feds, it's kind of difficult to take it to trial, whatnot.
Yeah, and you're going to get 10 years if you don't plead.
Yeah.
Right. So
exactly. So they put you kind of in a corner.
Right.
So if you or anybody else would have done that, you probably would have done the same thing, even though there were circumstances around the situation with the bonds.
Mm-hmm. But you did. You pled. You did your time. You want to apologize.
And I'm still affiliated with the church.
Okay, then say, yeah, then did you apologize to the church?
I did.
Okay, because, I know people at the church. So do it once and for all so they know you did it.
They know I apologize, and every time I see somebody at the church and they ask me about it, I always apologize.
Not all the congregants, because they listen to the program. How do you think I know this? So,
okay,
just do it, dude. If you don't do it, I can't have
in English or in Ukrainian.
Ukrainian.
Okay.
Okay.
Ви прекрасно знаєте, що це, що сталося, це було не з моєї ініціативи самої, а і за допомогою пана Денисенка, якого вже серед нас немає. І я вже йому склав свою жалобу, і вам теж.
Правда, хорошо. Okay, you understand what he said? You know what he said, Karen?
That he was sorry.
I hope so. But Dan Trammett gonna let me know, bro. This is a small town. Okay, so finally, bro. So you're running humanitarian missions there. Are you also maybe, trading some currency, running some weapons? I mean,
Run that by me again.
Once a war settles in, a black market does get in. That's wartime. You maybe, changing currency, maybe hustling some weapons for the freedom fighters or anything.
Negative.
Shit. I thought that would have been really sexy.
Charlie, you can't do illegal stuff and admit that you're doing it.
It's not illegal in a war zone. It's not illegal in a war zone.
He's running it on black
It's
market.
not illegal in a war zone. You got to get weapons to people. Hey, Karen, the real life.
Let me, Charlie.
Yes,
Charlie,
brother,
I'm going to
yes.
interrupt you now.
Go ahead.
If the U.S. government held their word and they actually provided the Ukrainian army with the weapons that they say they were providing, then illegal shit wouldn't have to happen. Then people from America would not have to break international arms regulations, which is also a federal crime, and ship bulletproof vests themselves.
It's an international crime, by the way.
Because when I was very active in the church in 2014, when the war started, several of our parishioners, some of which are no longer with us, they asked me to inquire about the purchase of vests and shipping them to Ukraine.
Did you do that?
And I didn't ship any, but a couple of our parishioners did, and they got knocked at the door by Homeland Security saying, why are you shipping these weapons or these bulletproof vests to Ukraine? So if the government did their job and gave the Ukrainians the actual supplies that the Ukrainians need to defend themselves, other people would not be committing federal crimes now as we speak.
And so the point, now see what I'm trying to okay, that's where you take a breath, let Karen get in.
Say this. If the government did what it was supposed to do, that same reasoning would apply to everybody right here in America. If they did what they were supposed to do, then people wouldn't have to resort to either criminal activity or doing whatever it is they want to do. So that same thing applies here. I just wanted to say that makes sense for there. And there are some law enforcement entities that are preparing to send bulletproof vests that probably will be rolled out next week.
Well, this is a war zone.
That's part of the.
But this is a war zone. Scarcity rules. When there's scarcity, there's an alternative market. You know all about that, Tars, right? There is a black market taking hold. I mean, Ukraine's going to be hungry in a couple of months. Go ahead, brother.
Ukraine is already hungry. They're already in the West. They're already clearing out the cellars and stocking it with food, because in the next week or two, by May 9th, is when Putin supposedly is going to start hammering down heavy on even some of the West parts.
May 9th, you said May 9th. Why May 9th?
It's like Soviet D-Day.
Oh, yeah. Yep. The victory over the Nazis, is that correct?
And yes, victory, yes. And at that point, Putin's going to want to show he did something positive.
Oh, yeah, man, that's right. They're going to have the big military parade.
Of the Russians.
Yep, okay, I got you. So, bro.
But at the same point,
Ukraine exports the fourth most wheat in the world, and the Ukraine is not planting wheat. We got a famine coming, if I'm guessing.
It's already here, Charlie.
Oh, man. See, dude, here's what I need from you, man. Because you're absolved. You showed yourself to be stand-up. I need you in your travels to start gathering that for we here, especially the community here, about privations that are setting in? Can you do that for us? He made notes. Yes or no?
Anything for Detroit.
My man. Okay, so.
And even though you're not a Detroiter because you live in Pleasant Ridge, anything for Ukraine as well.
Hamtramck's not Detroit either. Look at you, got to divide. You fucking Eastern Europeans, always dividing, throwing up walls. Borders. Stealing fucking bonds from the church. God
That's
damn.
okay. Carpenter's only a block away.
All right, bro. We're gonna leave it at that. Keep doing God's work, whether you're ordained or not. Help the people and let us know what the situation is and how the American people can get some food to our brothers and sisters in Ukraine.
And last note.
Okay. Last word.
So in the Bucha killings, when the Russians came in, they hoarded, they stole, they killed. If they had people in lineups, they interrogated them first, and then anybody that was under 50 was shot.
That they had. And
had.
We've seen pictures. He reported that to me before it happened. We are endeavoring, people. Thank you for your patronage and your community of this. We're working diligently, aren't we, Mark, to get up to 2 days a week, get the studio going. We're getting closer and closer so we can deliver news timely.
Every 6 hours in Ukraine, due to the war, a child dies.
Thank you for that, brother. Thank you for the update. We'll talk to you this week. Okay.
Stay safe.
Yep. And there you have it.
I didn't get to ask him about the crystal glass he's drinking out of. He's pretty plush over there.
He's very plush over there. Well, this is, I don't know why, Karen, you have to dog on Taurus when.
I like Taurus. He's a good guy. I'm just saying he had a towel warmer last week. He's got a Baccarat glass this week. Nobody's noticing this.
Oh my gosh, she goes Baccarat glass. What is Baccarat glass, Karen?
Baccarat crystal.
What is that?
Ooh.
Taurus, tell us. He knows.
Karen, you tell us. He's
Karen,
out. He's out.
Karen, if you can hear this here. It's not crystal. That way you know.
You didn't. Oh, no, you didn't. You did not call out the diva. She did not fall for fake glass. Karen is class. That's crystal, and you can just fuck yourself. Fake news.
I thought maybe it could have been. I can't tell, but I mean, after last week, he's in that little posh hideout with the towel warmer. I figured, why not?
It's funny,
and
too.
Karen, I sent you the second towel, too.
Yeah, you did.
And what's funny is Taurus knows what the fuck she's talking about.
I know.
He's like, no, ding, ding, ding.
Meant nothing to me.
What a couple of hustlers. Jeez, All right.
Very relatable.
We're moving on. All right. Joey, to throw Taurus off the show.
So he can't find his way back.
I bet he will.
I
bet
somehow.
by the end of this, somebody was just walking in the room.
Oh, great. Now we'll want him back?
Oh, no, we don't want him back.
No. What an interesting background, though. He was a little surprised about that.
I'm sorry, man.
I'm glad you
Karen, here's the thing. Yes. I believe a felon, when you do your time and you apologize, you get to go on in life.
Yeah, you do. That's the whole purpose. A lot of people don't want to feel that way about anybody. We all make mistakes at different levels, at different points, at different, degrees of severity. But depending on what those are, I think you are entitled to go on. There are some things that are a little less forgivable than others, but, you are entitled to move on and you're entitled to enjoy the rest of your life.
Yes, I can forgive stealing $70,000 from the church.
Yeah, I guess you could.
If you pay it back and do your time.
There are people that had churches that steal more than that.
Yeah,
so
there you go.
Yeah, that's a great point.
Seriously. And they do it in the name of the Lord.
There's a lot of people that steal from a church legally.
That's my point. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. These people are running churches and they're stealing taxes. Money and, making people feel guilty. I don't go to church. It's like, I'm good.
Yep.
God, it's making me think of some priest jokes, but I gave those up for Lent. No. Thank you, folks, because I said we're going to be disciplined. We're going to get this show done in under an hour because you know how it goes. You go up on the internet, you're like, oh, that's over an hour. That's too long. Mm-hmm. We're not doing that. Remember, if You want to see these wonderful bits by Byron Goggin, who is a master.
He's doing a great job.
Deadliest Catch.
Yep.
What is that? The Ice Road Truckers.
Yep.
Like, that's that guy. He's a
National
Michigan,
Geographic stuff.
National
Yeah.
Geo. Like, we're for real. You know we're for real. You know the political world is buzzing. You know Karen is the queen of the scene. And you know that Red has just reinvented what you do when you send local news reporters to opening day. If you're listening, it's not going to be as good as watching. So go to YouTube or go to my Facebook page, Charlie Duff, search it. This is good. This is funny.
It's really good.
And I want to welcome back Chicken Joe because it was a dream of mine to have comedian Detroit Red and his sidekick, Chicken Joe DeMarco. And they finally did it. And you got to see it, even if it's dated. And I'm so proud of Red.
He did a great job.
He's finding himself, right?
So much better man on the street.
Actually good. You better watch. Somebody's going to try to steal him. Red is very good.
Be my guest.
Try to steal him, yeah.
Steal him. You know what we're doing. Everybody knows in the business what we're doing. That this is the way to freshen it up and do it. Be amongst the people. Have some humor. Have some sadness. Call out your reporter for ripping off the church. Get the apology and let him go on. He's a character, and he's out there really doing that.
Yep.
Drinking not a fake crystal that Karen got tricked on. And with, no further ado, Chicken Joe and Detroit.
Comedian Detroit.
I told him to get rid of it.
Yeah, he needs a.
You know why? Because Detroit Red was also what they call Malcolm X. And I'm like, you don't think there was a Detroit Red before Malcolm X?
Yeah.
This guy said, it's Detroit Red and Chicken Joe. Buddies again. Thank you, and we will talk to you next week.
All right, we out here opening day asking the fans about the first day back, and I want to ask you guys, how you feel about the first day after opening day after the corona pandemic?
Is that part of the show?
Let me ask y'all something.
Born and raised.
How y'all feeling about the opening day after the 2 years of corona?
Long awaited.
Honestly.
We wouldn't miss
Boys are back in town.
The boys is back into, so y'all ain't even worried about no corona.
Yeah!
Stronger than ever.
Woo!
We're gonna win.
So what time did y'all start drinking the
7
coffee?
a.m. 7 a.m.
Opening day! Woo!
Carl Manuzzi.
I think this here ain't got too much rhythm for you, Chicken Joe. Hold on. You actually telling me you're standing here looking at this chicken and you're craving some thighs.
Yeah.
Only at opening day! How long you been marinating them?
Oh man, we've been prepping them for 12 hours, marinated for 4. We got spicy Italian sausage, we got pork broths, we're ready to party, man.
All right, Chicken Joe, I bet you $10 you cannot hit the fucking corner up there.
We hit him right on his nose, okay?
Is it anything special in the mushrooms?
No!
Well, they made the right mushrooms then, damn it!
These are store-bought. Everything's legal today.
Hey, well, when you bought them in the store, you're supposed to season them at the house.
I would never do anything that I'm not supposed to do. But I am out here having a great time. Go Tigers.
I would. Listen, come on. You can tell me the truth. Did you put some extra sprinkling on the mushrooms?
No, I did not.
Amy in there? Can you tell me how to be a good reporter? Because I don't think I'm doing a good job right now.
You're asking some great questions. That's part of it. Just pay attention to what the other person is saying. Listen, and yeah, you're doing a great job. You're hanging in there. You're doing good.
Now, one more quick one for you. I heard this through the grapevine. They're going to have a hologram of Sparky Anderson actually coaching the team today. What'd you think of that?
Well, I've not heard anything about that, but
We scooped them. We scooped them. Hologram scoop right here. Sparky Anderson, like Tupac at the awards. I'm here with William. We had opening day, and How do you feel about the first opening day after the corona? So let me ask you ladies, do you think Sparky Anderson and the Tigers gonna win today?
I'm not that old, honey.
So y'all really didn't come for the game. Y'all just came to watch dudes in tight uniforms.
You got that right.
That's
you
right.
got that right.
And to talk to
dudes in
bullshit
tight uniforms.
dudes.
You got it.
Cabrera, can I get an interview? Oh shit, this ain't no damn Cabrera.
Ain't no Cabrera here.
Now what is this though? You look like you're doing a hell of a job on this bartender. What we making right here?
Bloody Caesars.
Bloody Caesars. That's after Mark Anthony stabbed him in the back. I see you got a lot of vegetation in here. So this is a vegetarian's drink?
Nope. Then we throw the stir sticks in there.
Is the stir stick? Oh my God! This is cholesterol, high blood pressure, and a DUI all in one cup.
Oh, hey, if you're gonna go big.
So let me ask you, how you think Sparky and the Tigers gonna do today?
I think they're gonna have a good day today. I think they're gonna have a good season.
Yeah, he done
Fired
had.
up, we're excited about it.
He done had too many bloody. What's these called again?
Bloody Caesars.
Too many bloody Caesars. Sparky Anderson is dead.
Joe stealing TV shit from the truck.
What would possess you to wear another man's name on your back? Because I thought you was Cabrera for a minute. I was about to get upset.
Confident. Hey, I'll support him. Why not? I'm not confident in who I am. Support another man, it's fine.
Now, what's your name?
Connor.
Next year, we're going to get you a jersey with Connor on the back.
All right, you buying?
No, you bad. I'm just going to order it for you. How you doing, Nashville Fried Chicken?
What's going on?
We got a fresh delivery for you.
Oh, man, we about to throw you deep in the fryer.
As you can see, this is that church's chicken. They extra big thighs and legs.
Hallelujah.
Chicken Joe.
We're going down to some flour and throw you in the fryer.
Right. Let's go.
Oh, we got some chicken in here.
Snatching the chicken Joe.
We got a whole chicken right here. We're going to fry this motherfucker. We're going to fry it.
You think Sparky Anderson going to lead them boys to a victory today?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You don't watch
gorgeous
baseball, do you?
cop.
Because he's been gone for a long time. But in
If I was
the
red, I'd try to get
spirit.
arrested
That's what
here.
I'm talking about, in the spirit.
Yes, I know about baseball. Don't mess with me and football.
Uh-oh.
Lions fan, okay?
Okay, now what is these? Tiger sleeves?
No.
They're leg warmers.
Leg
They're
warmers.
$5 and 2 for 10.
Let me see. I'm going to get me 2 leg warmers.
All right, there we go. All right, big ups to Chicken Joe.
Red felt.
Can't get over his belly.
Shoot.
Oh,
Us old timers ain't all flexible like that, like we used to be.
Oh, wow. You should have asked me to have look at that fool. Oh, my God.
She called him a fool.
Well, look at him. Fucking wriggling around on the ground.
Hey, Tiger!
It's falling on the...
That was hilarious.
What?
You back?
Are you still here?
Oh, I'm sorry. Goodbye.
Go away.
Okay, I'm out. You don't have to tell me twice.
The movie's over.
The movie's over.
Go away.